I'm warning you about a mini vinyl update with peace and love and oppressive bright lights. Wow. I, I knew I had some lighting problems with the last one. This is too much. Still, it's a few. Okay, so the Saturday. What is today? It doesn't matter. When I went to buy all those records, I made my usual rounds, and of course, 3 o'clock, I finished purchasing my vinyls from this one place. I had a little extra time though, so I'm going to go by this one antique shop that's downtown, and it's Saturday at 3 o'clock. So I drive over to this other place, and they're closed. They changed their hours where they close at 3 o'clock also on Saturdays. So I missed going there. Today, I happened to be going downtown. So I thought, well, I'll go by this place, even though they never have anything good. And they didn't have anything good, but that didn't stop me. All right. I bought a couple of records. Some of them were $1 records. A couple of them were a little bit more. Nothing serious. We're good. Okay. Without any further ados, and these aren't good records, mind you, but I thought a good time to mention them before I put them in the stack with the others and forget to put them on video. This is for austerity purposes. Roger Williams, I'll Remember You. This isn't a bag, it's still in the shrink. This is on Cap Records. What does it mean? What's it about? Roger Williams, a piano playing guy. And it's in really good shape. I'm assuming someone bought it and listened to it and didn't listen to it anymore. Taste of Honey, Laura's theme from Dr. Zhivago, Yesterday, theme from Zorba the Greek, Dulcina, A Lover's Concerto, The Sound of Music, Ebb Tide, More, and I'll Remember You. We'll put this right at about 1965. It's a wild guess, and it doesn't really matter. Okay, Ray Conniff's World of Favorites. Again, it's in great shape, probably because no one played it, no one cared. It's Columbia Record Club. It says it on there. Right. What does that mean? Columbia Record Club exclusive. And this is stereo. Yes. Third Man theme. The Sheik of Araby. You'd be nice, so nice to come home to. One Fine Day from Madame Butterfly. Again, not the top level stuff that we normally look for and still don't find. They didn't even have that. This here is a Vaughan Williams Concerto for two pianos and orchestra, Bronsky and Babbitt. Symphony number 8 by Sir Andrew Bolton. Can you have more titles on a single record? This would be rough trying to index this in Discogs if I were going to do that, which I'm not going to. There's records that you claim and records that cause you shame. A nice wrapper though. It's on Angel Records, meaning it's a half vampire record. And this is Sound Spectacular, Grove Phase, Beethoven's Grand Canyon Suite, Wellington's Victory, Morton Gould and his orchestra. Something like that. This has got some seam splitting going on. About that. What's that? Oh, it's an information sheet regarding Beethoven's Grand Canyon tour thing sheet. I don't know what it is. But what's to say it is on RCA Victor, and it's a red. His master's voice. I don't think that... See, the way Victrolas were set up back in the old days, I don't think the dog is really going to recognize his master's voice in that kind of setup. It's misleading. Now, Danny Davis and the Nashville Brass. This is still in the shrink. It's on Victor. It's You Ain't Heard Nothing Yet. Consider him like a redneck Al Hurt, if that's possible. A lesser Ace Cannon. Danny Davis and the Nashville Brass. This young group has more sound with good old American spirit, and that's signed by Red Skelton. Good night and God bless. Was that him? Why am I asking you? Bunch of millennials. Folk favorites. Featuring Ron McKinnon, Three Young Men from Montana, and the Villagers. That is on Windcoat Records. Remember we came up with a Windcoat record yesterday? Didn't know anything about it. Still don't know anything about it. This says, a galaxy of country and western golden hits. These are legit hits. Too legit. From the 60s. Namely, you got Rex Allen, Merle Kilgore, Benny Barnes, Margie Singleton, Jimmy Skinner, George Jones and Margie Singleton, Claude Gray, and Leroy Van Dyke, Walk On By. That's the record that I recognize from here. It's on Mercury. This is a high fidelity. It's a great, and it's shiny. There's no wrapping on here. It's just all shiny as hell. I don't know. It's a good looking record. Ah, he's so handsome. Jack Jones. Jack Jones sang the Love Boat thing. You might know that, didn't he? We're going to say yes. Not that one season where Dionne Warwick sang it. That wasn't right. Impossible Dream. It's on Cap Records. Tell me about Cap Records. What do I need to know? The Shadow of Your Smile. What Now, My Love? That was then, and now is now. Is that a monkey song? Nope. Nope. We keep going. This Is All I Ask. I Will Wait For You. It takes forever. I will wait for you. All or Nothing at All. You Better Go Now. Strangers in the Night, and Alfie. And of course, The Impossible Dream from Man of La Mancha. One of my karaoke favorites, which I won't sing for you right now. We're better off. Okay. My karaoke experience was this and thus. And I'm not going to sing, but I'll list to you a couple of my karaoke specialties. Number one was Mac the Knife. I was so good at that. I practiced it even. The second one was The Impossible Dream from Man of La Mancha. The third one, I would say, was probably I Got a Name by Jim Croce. There was another one. Let's see. What was my other good karaoke hit? It was so popular. Maxwell Silverhammer. Can't go wrong with that. None of those songs demand an awful lot from you. And each and every one of them just infuriates millennials. If you don't like millennials, if you're not good with the millennials, that's how you treat them. Treat them like they need to be treated, like the young but yet aging bastards they are. I'm talking about people born, let's say, after 1979 up until about I'd say up until about 1994, 95, those are your millennials. I'm a Gen X guy myself. I'm from the 60s, man. I'm legit. Too legit. Strings on Parade. And this is Cyril Stapleton. And this is a great looking cover. And no telling. Theme from The Man Between Tango Mambo, Elephant Tango, London Records. That's the Rolling Stones record label. I told you they weren't very good, didn't I? Did I mention that? Am I wasting a lot of your time? I'm sorry. I am sorry. I'm not sorry. Okay, Mantovani. And this is operatic arias. I thought the arias were that place on the nipple where it stuck out. But no, that's something else. You learn something new every day. And it's still in one of those weird... Well, that's not even coming out. That is in there. London Records again. And finally... a Roger Williams. Oh, Roger Williams album, apparently with Gwyneth Paltrow on the cover. No, that's not Gwyneth Paltrow. She wasn't born yet. You know where she was born? Her first screen appearance from Gwyneth Paltrow. And you got to look up the Columbo episode from the 1970s. And it was called Etude in Blue, and I believe that was that John Cassavetes? Anyway, Blythe Danner plays his long-suffering wife, and she's pregnant. They don't tell you she's pregnant, and she hides behind a lot of stuff. At that time, she was pregnant with Gwyneth Paltrow, who looks like this, but it ain't her. And that's the last thing that Gwyneth Paltrow was in that I liked. Oh, this could be Blythe Danner. I don't know. There's literally no way to know. But here's Roger Williams. Sexy. Man. Okay, theme from Lady Sings the Blues. Alone Again Naturally. Play Me. Ben. An orchestrated piano version of Ben, a song about a rat. Written by Michael Jackson, I think. Goodbye to Love, As Time Goes By. How Do You Do? You know that song? How Do You Do? Black and White, The World is a Circle, The Masterpiece, and the tender love theme from Skyjacked. I don't know. And it's on... I think Play Me is a Neil Diamond joint. It's on Cap. How do I end up with so many Cap records when I didn't know anything about them before I began this episode? It's a mystery. And I'll never solve it because I don't care enough to find out. Let's just say that Cap was a record company that's long out of business shortly, that specialized in making music albums for old people, and they were old then. Back at that time, they were already, I figure, probably around 1978, the last old person that bought their records probably died and they went out of business. That's my guess. What do I win? But that is my vinyl mini haul. If you would say that a vinyl haul is a pickup truck, a full-sized Ford F-150, and that's a vinyl haul. This is a what do you call a Dodge Ram 50 pickup? One of the small ones that was really just a car, but they put a bed on it, and it fooled no one except certain people who like those kind of things. They mostly bought Subaru Brats, though. I'm not shaming anybody, but that's what happens, and you could investigate it. Anyway, my sister owned one. That's another story. Okay, but that's the haul, man. The mini sort of haul. And not one of those records would I probably have bought in a serious fashion had I not just been at that place today. It's pretty anticlimactic. Again, I gotta get a script or something. Cue cards. Still no remotes. We'll see you next time. Adios.